Welcome in, everybody. Farmin, FriYay, and we've got a lot of great stories. We're going to talk about forestry in our state. We're going to talk about some of the things coming up. If you are interested in logging as a career, the Tennessee Department of Agriculture has an important course coming up in May that you can be a part of and have a lot of great benefits. Got some stuff to tell you about that. But first, we're going to go to my sister from another mister, Miss Tammi Arender, who covers stories all around the country in regard to agriculture. And our neighbors to the south, Mississippi, hurt desperately during the tornadoes that we just had. And it's just awful what is happened down there. And she's boots on the ground right now. A story coming up on Monday that she'll be covering on RFD-TV, but she shared a live look for us just to kind of let us know what she'll be doing on our Monday show.
Hi folks, it's Tammi Arender with RFD-TV, and I am in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, and I have with me Lonnie Boykin. And Lonnie is a farmer here in this area, and of course he was here and now looking at his fields. He's a corn and soybean farmer. Lonnie, tell me a little bit about what we're looking at right here and what happened a little over a week ago.
Right here we're looking at the southwest of town where the tornado touched down originally about a mile from here and came up through those woods, as you can tell, came across these fields, took out all of these power lines. The electrical crews have done a fantastic job getting those set back up. Took out 2 or 3 houses here, about 10 right here amidst all these fields, and as you can see, the debris right here is just everywhere. The shingles, nails, wood. It doesn't look that bad until you get out there in your field and you see the 2x4s with nails sticking out of them. You see the tin, you see the aluminum that all came from these houses. And the fields have been saturated out here. But we'll get it cleaned up in the next 2 or 3 days. The weather's supposed to clear and we'll start rebuilding this town bigger and better than ever. We've got a lot of good crews out here. A lot of good people have come with supplies and donations and just volunteered with their help, and it's been greatly appreciated.
So you're saying that right now you don't need more supplies, you need manpower. You need legitimate cleanup crews.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly right. We need cleanup crews and manpower. The supplies have been overwhelming. And as you can see, like I said, that tornado came across back through there, and it went straight through the southwest end of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, and went out the northeast end, dead through the center of it. Took out several businesses that have been here forever, staples of the community. It tore us apart.
And I know 26 people lost their lives, and it's so sad. And you knew some of those people, so that this has got to be gut-wrenching on so many levels.
Yes, ma'am. It's something you don't think will ever happen to you until it does, and it's pretty overwhelming when it does.
Wow. Well, it is just, like I say, gut-wrenching to be able to be here, and I appreciate you taking the time. I know you guys are trying to get ready for planting season, and of course it'd be too wet now anyway, but you're saying you've got to get these fields cleaned up even when it does dry out, so you'll have to do that before you get a crop in the ground.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We've got to clean all this up, and to get back to planting. And like I say, the fields are saturated, but after the next 2 or 3 days, we're supposed to have some good weather and we'll get these fields cleaned up and go back to farming.
All right. Well, our thoughts and prayers are with you, Lonnie. Thank you so much for visiting with us today. And I'll have a full story and a full report on Monday on Market Day Report on RFD-TV.
Thank you, Tammy. And those of you who don't know, Tammy is correspondent and the host of Market Day Report, RFD-TV, and she shares a lot of her footage and her stories with us, mainly because she and I graduated together. We're from the same area of the world, and we share because that's what we do. And thank you, Tammy, for being there. And I was really affected by this. This is a screenshot, a TV weatherman praying on air. Dear Jesus, please help them as the tornado struck. He was in Mississippi covering the tornadoes, and he was live, and he saw what was coming down and literally stopped in the middle of the newscast praying for those people. And we do continue to pray, but I wanted to share that story because a lot of people we are the volunteer state. We give and we give and we give a lot of supplies, but what they're needing now is like Tammy said, and like that wonderful farmer said, they need boots on the ground to help with the cleanup. And so anybody, a lot of the church groups who are participating and they're going down there, Samaritan's Purse, Red Cross, everybody down there. I know that probably Mercy Chefs will probably be there as well. A lot of folks are going to be there to help, but we wanted to make sure that you knew that it wasn't as many supplies right now. They've gotten a lot of those, but they actually need people to go out and help pick up the stuff. So if you can volunteer, we encourage you. Trail Pack, you got beautiful trail systems in Middle Tennessee, beautiful trails. And you can be a member of an organization called Trail Pack. And where do those Trail Pack donations go? Have a story for you next.
Sometimes Trail Pack members aren't exactly sure where their donations help us. So I thought I would take this opportunity to show a great example of the types of projects that Trail Pack donations can help with. Trail kiosks and wayfinding are extremely important when you're out in the wilderness. So out here today at T.O. Fuller State Park, we just had this brand new kiosk built so that people can help to find their way around the trails better and in a more safe way. Each panel has got protected billboard areas for parks to put up current events, maps, rules and regulations, and general information about the park. This one is actually an L-shaped kiosk, so it has a sign there, and then one on the back side or the front that you already saw. Each box also has 2 built-in compartments on the front that is able to hold takeable information for our guests, such as park maps, rules and regulations, important information, and maybe even informational brochures about the area they're exploring that day. Projects like this are really important for state parks, but they can be very expensive. So Trail Pack donations can help build projects just like this at your local state park.
Tennessee is blessed. Most people can hike year-round here, and we have beautiful park systems. Thank you to all of our rangers who keep it up and keep those trails movable and passable. But there is a trail coming up that's going to have some limitations, and it's already started at the end of March, and they're doing a study to check foot traffic. We'll have that story right after we check in from my buddy, Mid-South Exteriors. Hey, Brenda Fielder, what's going on?
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. At Mid-South Exteriors, our custom sunrooms bring the sunshine in without all the heat and the bugs. And they keep you warm all winter while you enjoy the outdoors all year round. They add real value because we build them like your house to match your house. Or let us save you energy by replacing your windows and old siding. And because we have no retail overhead, we come to you and sell direct to you for less. Call us at 833-8003 or visit us at MidSouthExteriors.com.
I'm David Arnold, Tennessee State Forester, and just want to let the public know we are enforcing a 120-day use restriction on Franklin State Forest. The restriction is going to be to foot traffic only, and the reason for this is there's been an excessive use and an extreme overuse of off-road vehicles on Franklin State Forest. Off-road vehicle users are riding on undesignated areas, and when this happens, it causes bare ground, it causes soil erosion, it causes destruction of plant life, it causes destruction of wildlife habitat. And we just want to prevent that damage from getting any worse, and we need time to evaluate the damage that has occurred and put in some corrective measures. We are going to have law enforcement present on the forest to help enforce this order or this restricted use. And if you go out there and ignore this use restriction, you can get in trouble and you can get fined and penalized. State forests are a treasured natural resource for everybody to use. We just ask you as forest users to work with us during this situation. Just give us time to assess the damage, understand where the damage is, repair some of that damage, and get plans in place to move forward.
Thank you for Tennessee Department of Agriculture for what they do to protect our parks and our forest. Just in case you don't know, the public use restriction, foot traffic only, that means feet, human feet, horseback riding, out. ATVs going in to hunt. Now you can hunt on the state forestry property, but it has to be on foot. You can't even take a little all-terrain on what it's about. So make sure you follow it because the tickets will be substantial and they do mean business. Well, speaking of business, if you want to be a master logger and you go, how do you get certified? Well, you can register now for a 5-day course through the Department of Agriculture here in the state of Tennessee. It's a 5-day course. It's coming in May of 2023. And that includes everything from your certification in CPR and first aid life-saving techniques, along with a lot of information about being a logger. And also you will get a membership for the Tennessee Forestry Association, the TFA. If you'd like to get information, go to the Department of Agriculture's link on the tn.gov website, Tennessee Department of Agriculture, or just do a quick Google, Tennessee Department of Agriculture. All of the information is there. Easter weekend, do not go to the zoo when it comes to Extravaganza because it is sold out, y'all. Extravaganza, the big Easter egg hunt that they do every year at this time. You make your reservations, and I will tell you, you just cannot get in there sometimes if you don't stay on the uptick. But we do have SIPs for species coming up at the Nashville Zoo, nashvillezoo.org. And don't forget that they always have, and if you still need to make your reservations, but they have Dino Trek, and Dino Trek is so much fun. It is going on right now. And if you'd like to get a little details about that, just watch this.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets. And we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Five Daughters Bakery? Are you kidding me? Don't play with me with these cronuts. I had a whole, what I had was a lot more, but then I started to eat it. This is one of the best things I've put in my mouth in probably a year. Are you? Hey! Oh my God! I know!
I love Five Daughters Bakery. That's Joshua Henry. Joshua is a 3-time Tony nominee and Grammy nominee, and he loves us some Five Daughters Bakery. It's local to Nashville, East Nashville. It is so good. They are known for the 100-layer donuts, and they have just dropped their new April flavors. Listen to this. Blueberry lemon, which we saw being made. Okay, just need a minute. The cream cheese sticky bun, the Parent Trap, which has peanut butter cream, the strawberry fields, and the carrot cake. You can go to Five Daughters Bakery, and they're not just donuts. They just fancy. They are fancy, fancy, fancy. And speaking of fancy, we're going to go to a fancy place for tea in Wilson County. It is for bubble tea. And for that, I have our very own Jason Goolsby.
What is bubble tea? Let's find out. So I'm going to sit down with these random people and get their thoughts. Name, age, date of birth.
My name's Sarah.
I'm just kidding. All right, so is this your first time with bubble tea?
No.
No? Okay, so tell me about it. I'm about to try it. What should I expect? What did you get?
So I got the Sakura rose milk tea, and it has strawberry jelly pieces and tapioca in it.
Okay.
This is actually the third time I've been in here over the past 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
But the first time I tried it was at the fair.
Okay.
And they're really good.
Okay.
Like the one I have, it's like you can taste the rose and it has a floral flavor, but it's not
So is it
bad.
more like a dessert kind of what you're drinking? Is it sweet and desserty you like?
Not really. It's more like it's spring in a cup.
Spring in a cup?
Yeah, that's pretty much how I can explain
Okay, let's
it.
go to friend. Name, age, date of birth, social security number, please.
Can't do that.
So what's your name?
Marissa.
Marissa?
Yeah.
So look, this is a pretty, can I hold it up
Yeah.
to the light? Oh gosh, look at that pretty, that's a pretty color. What is that?
So that's the mango fruit tea.
Mango fruit tea.
You can get it with either like green tea or black tea, and I got green tea.
Alright.
With the tapioca pearls and mango bursting bubbles. So the tapioca is like the darker one. The
Yeah.
bursting bubbles are the lighter one. And it's really good. Like, I would say it almost gives off the taste of like honey. It's so sweet.
Okay.
But that's pretty much like what the tapioca pearls
So this is
are.
not your first time though?
No, so she actually brought me my first time last week, and I got just like a lemonade. But so this is my first time getting like a boba actually here in Lebanon. But
Boba, like a Boba Fett, like in Star Wars?
No, that's what they're called. It's like boba teas or boba
Oh, Boba
teas,
tea?
yeah.
Like a Mandalorian?
Yeah, if you're into that, yeah.
What should I try? It's my first time ever. What do you suggest I start off with?
I mean, I would definitely recommend this if you're a big mango fan. You know, if you're into like fruits or whatever, then I definitely recommend it with the green tea and the black tea.
Green tea or black tea? Okay. So Lori is the owner, and you actually order on this kiosk, y'all. So unless you're going to pay cash, you pay over here. But you just come in and you say, just order it and say, I want to try a fruit tea like that lady had. So
Okay, so we've started here. We've got mango fruit tea with green tea base. That's what she had. She got the regular sweetness
you
level.
got different bases.
Yes, we have different bases. We have green tea and
black tea or green. What's the big difference?
Is whether your preference and mango goes well in either.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to do the green tea.
Green tea, okay.
Because you suggested it.
Okay. And then we
Then
move
you
on to
choose
the
a
sweeteners.
sweetener.
This is 100% is what we would normally do. If you like it a little less sweet, we'd go to 50%. Or if you really like it sweet, it would be Southern Sweet.
Southern Sweet.
And if you say not sweet, it's still going to have a very light sweetness to it because the mango has sweetness, but it won't
I'm going to
have
try,
much.
I guess, this regular sweet. 100%
Okay.
there.
And then we'll move over on to the ice. We have regular, light. You can also get it blended like a slushie.
I want regular ice. 'Cause
Okay.
I like it. I like to see it.
Okay, and this is the tapioca pearls.
So tell me about tapioca pearls because that sounds really weird.
So
did they dissolve inside of it?
They're chewy. No.
Oh,
they're
you
poured
chew.
in there, they're chewy. So you're getting a little treat with your drink.
Oh, so
And-
you have the The tea, and then you chew the tapioca
Yes.
later.
It's
Okay.
like, kind of like gummy.
Well, I am going to try tapioca.
Okay.
Girls?
And then this, some people like getting a little extra boba. Some people like to get the poppers, which are juice
Boba
filled.
is the tapioca pearls?
Yes, boba are the tapioca pearls. Then we have poppers, which are juice filled. And they burst in your mouth when you get. We have lots of flavors in that. Then we also have jellies.
I'm going to try the mango poppers,
Mango
I
poppers?
guess, since she
Okay.
told me. That's what
All
that
right.
lady said.
And that's what she got. So then when we get to that point, we just add to the order.
All right. Okay. All right.
What we do is we put our,
Now what is
this
that?
is our mango.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the what?
And this is the green tea.
Okay.
Our sweetener.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, that part is kind of weird, the whole idea. So, but I'm looking forward to trying it.
And then mango poppers, correct?
Yes.
I may have to get a few more out. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Yeah, I think I've got it.
This does what now?
Puts the lid on.
It puts the lid on?
Yeah, puts the lid on. There you go.
Ah, look,
And
look.
then you use your straw and the pointed end and stab it like you mean it.
Oh, stab it like you mean it. So look at the size of this straw, y'all. And so this is so you can suck the pearls through there and just chew on them. So I'm gonna do like she said, and I'm gonna, you hold that so it don't flip over. I'm gonna stab it like I mean it.
This is our living room. This is where families or teens come play. We have games. We have space to sit and read, and people come in. We have 2 dads that come, hang out, bring the 5 kids,
All right.
enjoy.
Show me this other room.
And then this is what we call the study, or just a place if you need a quiet place to come hang out and just chill for a moment.
All right.
It's set up like that because we had, the last group we had up here wanted it set up like family living room style. And then they sat and ate over here.
Yeah.
We have the capability of just removing the living furniture and setting up banquet style.
Yeah, however you want it.
I think we've had like about 100.
Yeah.
It's come and go.
Is that like a massage table?
Yes, it is. We're also massage therapists.
Oh, wow.
And what happened was we had a business that decided to have a Christmas party here, and they gave their employees closed table massage. It was an old dumbwaiter or freight elevator, and it was used to lower and raise furniture into this building.
Oh, wow. That is so, it is an old dumbwaiter. You can see how, does it still work?
I don't think
You don't know? Don't try it.
I don't know. Yeah,
You want me to get on there and you push a button and see if it works.
Thanks to Jason Goolsby. You can see by going to Jason's page. Jason is a real estate agent and he's fabulous. And he's with Blackwell Realty and Auction. And he covers a lot of things in Wilson County. And the bubble tea is, you can find the boba or the bubble tea on the square in Lebanon, Tennessee. Lots of great shops. If you want a good Sunday trip, be a tourist in your own hometown, come to the square in Lebanon. Town Social has great, and their smoked chicken, amazing. Their oven fired pizzas, so good. And then the bubble tea, and there's the Cedar Tap, the new brewery. The square in Lebanon is fantastic, and Jason gives us a lot of that. Hey, it's also a weekend for the Nashville Sound.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
Don't forget, if Peter Rabbit is your jam, Beatrix Potter, the creator of the Peter Rabbit series, yes, the original, well, there's a whole exhibit at the Frist. There's some Easter egg hunts going on around town. Sanders Ferry Park in Hendersonville. Saturday, April 8th. It's from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, but it's preschool to 5th grade. All you adults, stay home. You're not invited, but you are invited to Easter at Cornerstone, a beautiful church that is there in Madison. Old Hickory Boulevard, 8:30 a.m. service, a 10:30 a.m. service. And on Easter, on the Saturday prior, that is tomorrow, you can go there, having all sorts of things for kids, and their Easter is open for everybody. And then don't forget, Rumble in the Briar is this weekend in Greenbrier, Tennessee. That is Saturday from 10 until 3, and that's in Greenbrier. If you are a hot rod enthusiast, or an old car, or a new car, or a revamped car, or just, it's all day. It's $25 tickets the day of the show. Easter Extravaganza, Smith Street Pavilion. There's a picnic. It's at 11 a.m. is when that starts. And don't forget, do not forget that the plant sale, the Perennial Plant Society, is having their plant sale at the Nashville Fairgrounds. And that's going to be fantastic. So if you want to buy some plants to get everything started, don't forget, we're still raising money for little Emmett at that precious face. Bonaparte's Retreat. I always say celebrate Emmylou's birthday this time of year by giving to Bonaparte's Retreat. You can go to GoFundMe and cover Emmett's medical cost. Save the date if you're a vendor. Heyday in Portland, Tennessee coming up. It's going to be at Portland High School September 23rd with free admission, but you want to be a vendor, you get in touch with them. And don't forget, at Cahoots in Lebanon, Tracy Bird's coming to town in June 2nd. A lot of folks. I did see where Mark Chestnut's coming to town too, and I cannot remember the place where he's going to be. I'm so sorry. I just can't remember that. Well, it's time for our daily motivation, if I can find it, because our motivation is from our friends at Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply is a Nashville-based company now, and what they're doing for farmers, what they're doing for Middle Tennessee, what they're doing for their employees here at home, well, I just wanted to share that with you.
So when the opportunity to join the company made itself available a few years ago, I just jumped at the chance. Tractor Supply is 84 years old, just a track record of success and performance, 30 plus years of positive revenue growth, consecutive years. Our core thing though is our mission and values and our culture. And so whether it's 84 years ago or now or 84 years in the future, that's one thing that will always remain the same about Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply has been a member of the Middle Tennessee community for multiple decades now, and we recognize that we have a responsibility for getting involved in the economic and development of Middle Tennessee. So as Middle Tennessee is growing, one of the things that I'm most excited about in the 2030 partnership is the focus on workforce. And I think anytime you've got growth, you've got to make sure you're not outgrowing your infrastructure. And a core piece of our infrastructure here is, our population and people. And so it's an area that I'm really glad we're focusing on. And I think there's a whole variety of ways that Middle Tennessee can focus on developing that group, and also how Tractor Supply can participate and contribute and be a leader there. We want our team members and our customers and everyone that we serve and the communities that we're in here to prosper. We have 2,000 stores plus across the country, serve many, many communities. We're thrilled to be a part of Middle Tennessee and look forward to continuing to do so for, long, long time.
The Nashville Chamber of Commerce, the 2030 program. You can be a part of it. Just go to the Nashville Chamber's website, and they have a lot of resources to get you involved. I love what our chambers of commerce do all around the mid-state. And that's our show. Be safe, be kind, and remember, you are loved. Have a great weekend. Bye.
We are home. We are family. We are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.